What's up, and welcome back to Opposites Attract Podcast. This is Sonja Ramirez, your girl, and I'm sitting next to
Miguel Ramirez.
What's up, everybody? How is your day?
How is your week?
How is your life?
Going.
You were a little slow there.
I'm always a little slow on the going. You just figured that out.
Yeah.
You just figured it out. I always do that.
I know, but it was just like a little, you know.
Next time it'll just be silence for an hour, and at the end it'll be going. And then
yeah.
It'll end.
All done. So we went to Mexico Friday.
Yeah, we did.
That's how we do it.
That's what we were listening to on the way over there.
And I still get crap from people. Why are you guys going to Mexico? Don't you guys have insurance? Yes, we have dental insurance. But even with dental insurance, it's cheaper in Mexico.
Way cheaper.
But people are very leery of going to Mexico to get dental work done. And I totally understand why. Because I was that way as well until I got a referral from a good friend.
Yeah.
And he takes his entire family. So I knew that it was a good referral.
Yeah.
And it was excellent. Again, the second time going, so he could adjust my crowns. And it was in and out, right?
Yeah. What did you have? You had 2 crowns.
And a root canal.
And a root canal.
Uh-huh.
And it was what, like $900?
800.
800?
Mm-hmm. And they redid an old filling.
Filling?
Filling.
An old feeling? You got an old feeling?
Yes. They redid it. So
okay. Do you remember what it would have been if you had it done here?
I don't know. I thought it was like 1,600 or something like that.
That's freaking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys, it's called the nickname for the place in Mexico is called Molar City.
Yes.
But it's the name of the town, the border town is Los Algodones, which is cotton in Spanish. Algodones.
Is it? I didn't know that.
Algodón is cotton in Spanish. But yeah, you guys look it up. Yeah, you want me to?
Yeah, might as
well.
well.
The dentist's name is Abelardo Norzagaray.
You just butchered that. That's why I gave it to you. So you can...
Abelardo. If you guys need dental work, go to Abelardo Norzagaray. DDS. He's really good though.
Yeah.
Phone number 928-592-6343. Hey, we're not getting paid for this.
I don't care.
We got free plugs going on here.
But he does.
Anybody else you want to send money to?
Yes.
The hell?
Yes.
You got a business going on here, girl.
Who does my cupping and acupuncture.
I'm just kidding.
Like
no, if you guys,
third time.
Yeah, definitely hit them up if you guys need it.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
You know what?
And save them some money. It's not, it's saving our clients money too.
Our listeners.
Yeah.
So if you guys are in the Phoenix area from here, it was we were 3 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours.
So actually the way it worked was the kids, we left like at 5 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. And, our kids are getting a little bit older. So they pretty much can get themselves ready. You had their clothes ready.
This was the first time though. We let them get, their lunch, everything. Audrey did they both, helped each other with their lunches, and Joey, just getting ready and making sure that they're out on time. So
it's kind of a little test.
Yeah.
What did Audrey make them?
Rolled tacos.
Did she?
Yeah, that was the easiest.
Freaking Mexicans.
Hey,
what do you want for lunch? ¿Qué quieres? Enchiladas? You want some tamales for lunch, or you want some rolled tacos? What do you want it for?
So let's talk about this. So I don't remember if I was out at town, maybe on a work trip, business trip, but I remember you telling me you gave our kids tamales for lunch.
Yeah, hell yeah.
What?
Hey, they had the best fucking lunch in that school. What are you talking about?
Their friends are like, hey, what are you eating? What is that?
They're all getting picked on and shit.
Oh. But anyways, yeah, we went there 3 hours, had some tacos. Dude, those tacos were the bomb. Good. Yep, shrimp tacos, fish tacos, carne asada. We had one of each.
Yeah, carne asada. We left at 5. The kids got themselves ready. So the kids usually leave the house like at 7:30 to go to school.
Yeah.
And they went to school, and we went to Mexico, saw the dentist, had some tacos, and came back before the kids ever got out of school.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
It worked out perfect.
Yeah. Very convenient. And I'm so grateful that, again, I own my own schedule for the most part. And, you were able to take that time off too. So
yeah,
it was nice. I'm glad I had you with me because I was able to catch up on some sleep that I lost.
Hold the fuck up. All right. So like I said, this is a 3-hour drive. And where the hell were we?
What?
I think we were already like out of Gila Bend. So it's a 3-hour drive. And I think we have like 45 minutes left on this drive or 40 minutes or something like that. I think we might have already been.
Who cares? What? Get to it.
And you're like, would you like me to drive? I'm like, what the fuck? I already drove there and I'm already almost home.
You don't give a shit though.
It's all good.
You'll be my chauffeur.
I would.
You
I don't mind. I am here. Whenever we're together, I'm driving you everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
anyways, that was our Friday.
But the other day we were sitting at the dinner table and we were talking to Audrey and she was telling us about a situation that happened on the bus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? You want to talk about it?
No, go ahead.
Okay, we're just not going to talk about it.
Well, no, I'm not that good at reiterating stories.
She was just saying that she was on the bus.
Yep.
And
there was this little girl.
Well, another girl on the bus. They had all taken their seats, and I don't know if she was late or maybe Audrey was already sitting down, and the girl goes up to Audrey and tells her, like, hey, get up.
Yeah.
And she's like, make me. I know. And she's like, I said get up or something like that. And she's like, I said make me.
Yeah.
And when we look at Audrey, like usually
you don't see Audrey like that.
You don't,
Not at all.
We don't see it. But I'm freaking glad that she's got that.
Yeah. No, she's getting scrappy. I told you.
Yeah.
Even when Michaela was here, like she was scrapping with Michaela.
Yeah.
And Michaela's older than her, but she's scrappy.
Thrown down. But hey, that's a good thing.
No, I love it because she is very soft-hearted. Like she's very loving. And you would not expect that from her. It was kind of like the first time when she competed in jiu-jitsu, and whenever she is rolling with her team.
So rolling, for those of you that are not in jiu-jitsu, that's like sparring. So in jiu-jitsu, we practice different moves, and then rolling is when we slap hands, bump fists, and now it's like a fight.
Right.
So now you're trying to do those moves that we learned, which usually works out a little bit different.
Yeah, but she's not really aggressive with her teammates, like at all. And so when we put her in this competition, I was a bit nervous. I was nervous because I see this loving, sweet girl, and I see how she is when she rolls in jiu-jitsu. And
she's very, I wouldn't say soft, but she kind of takes it easy.
Yeah. But man, when that timer went off, when it was time for her to throw down, I seen a different Audrey.
Yeah.
Like I seen a different Audrey, and I was so proud of her.
Yeah, she went
like
after
I was in
that girl.
tears. Yeah. And she was focused. Like she was focused.
Yeah. And I was telling you that was the whole goal. Or I mean, that was one of the major goals for jiu-jitsu, for the kids, is that self-confidence that you get.
Yeah.
Like knowing I've been in scraps before.
Yeah.
And I'm fine.
Yeah. You know who I haven't seen that from? Well, in the competition. We need to put him in another one.
Yeah,
Joey.
we got to put Joey back in.
But she is asking to compete again. And I think that we should put her in.
Yeah, we'll look for
and talk to Joey and see if that's something that he wants to get in as well.
Yeah. I think they should both do another one. And then my thought, I really want to get Joey to do another one. And Audrey said she wants to do one, so we can put her in one. But my goal was to get them both in one competition, at least. But Joey had such a hard time in his competition because he got nervous and
he just didn't know what to do. He was confused.
There was some things so he was nervous. Mm-hmm. And for men or boys, you're not allowed to wear a shirt underneath your uniform. And he always wears a shirt. So he had to take it off, and he was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then usually in school, when when we're getting ready to fight or we roll or spar or whatever, we slap hands and then we bump fists, and that's our sign to, okay, now it's on.
Right.
Now it's on. Now we're fighting.
Yeah.
And in a competition, I don't think you'd normally slap hands and bump fists. Or maybe you do. Like if you stick your hand out. I mean, if I was in a competition, somebody stuck their hand out, I'm going to slap their hand and bump fist.
Yeah.
And then we're fighting.
Yeah.
But that's not always the case. And that wasn't the case in Joey's match. So he was uncomfortable, nervous.
And confused.
They're like, fight. And the kid just jumped on him and took his back and choked him.
Yeah.
You know, so it was over before he even knew what happened.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm thinking the other kid has competed before and he knows what's going down. And so I'd like to get him. But the thing with Joey is I have seen him scrap. I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen him in class.
So I want him to compete at least another time so that he can have a couple like real scraps in a tournament.
Yeah.
So that he can get that out of him too, you know, and know that he has that.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
but the other thing, you know, so the self-confidence, like I was saying, that was one major thing, and to be able to defend themselves, and especially for Audrey, you know, being a girl or female, being able to take care of herself.
And jiu-jitsu has definitely helped her.
Yeah.
You know, get her confidence.
Yep.
So, anyways, I wanted to talk about those books that I had you purchase.
Uh-huh.
How do you pronounce his name?
I don't know.
Stepanek?
Maddie Stepanek?
Stepanek?
Maddie Stepanek. He's a little boy.
So I was listening to the Oprah Winfrey Super Soul Conversation, and it was a replay of one of her shows from way back in the day with this little boy. And this little boy was sharing his story. And so he has a disability, and he was talking about just what he's gone through and what he continues to go through. And he wrote 3 books, like poetry books.
Yeah.
And these books refer to the songs that his heart plays.
Yeah. What does that mean?
And it's about all like the challenges, and even though
this boy's got some stuff going on.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what it was. It's muscle. Disability.
Yeah, he's got a disability. He had 3 siblings before him
pass away
that had all passed away by the age of like 5.
Yes. I'm looking to see what that disability is that he has, but he ended up passing in 2004. But before he passed, he was able to get his books published, and what he wanted to meet with Oprah, you know, before, you know, it was too late. So Oprah ended up meeting with him and sharing his story with the world, and his book ended up getting published. Anyways, so he shared just his heart with everyone, and listening to this little boy, he has an old soul. You know, like he talks about his life and his feelings and things that he's gone through.
How old was he?
And 11 years old. He was 11 years old when she interviewed him, but I don't know what year it was that she interviewed him, but he ended up passing in 2004 from muscle, what is it? Dystrophy?
I don't remember.
Muscle dystrophy or something like that. And it was so sad. It had me in tears. But the story, I'm like, I need Joey and Audrey to listen and hear what this little boy went through, but how he was so positive about life and his message and his purpose. And he said that his purpose was to show other people how to love.
Yeah.
And how to connect to their heart song.
Yeah.
Which is that what he says is their inner voice, which most people, he says, think that it's their conscience, he said, but it's really not. what he was trying to say, I think, when I was listening to him, it was your inner God, like the Holy Spirit. I don't know what our listeners, you all probably believe in different things, but you know, those that are Catholic, they, you know, the Holy Spirit, whatever it may be. But he, as this 11-year-old, you're listening to what he's saying.
He doesn't sound like an 11-year-old.
Believe, that all this is coming from 11-year-old, because there are adults that have not connected to themselves on that level.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that those books, Audrey is going to absolutely love them, and so am I.
Yeah.
You know, because Audrey, she is like, she tells me, Mommy, she used to, I haven't heard her say this in a long time. Mommy, my heart tells me this. My heart tells me, you know, that. Or when something is not right, my heart's telling me that that's not good. Like she, you know, she used to say that. I haven't heard her make those comments. But when you sit and talk to her, you could tell like she's a deep thinker.
Yeah.
What did she tell us the other day? Do you remember when we were in the kitchen?
No.
Oh, no. But all I got to say, these kids are a lot smarter than what we think they are. And they play us for a fool. They play us for fools.
You've been figuring out some tricks.
With Audrey, yeah. Because she acts as if she doesn't remember things.
She likes to play that she's forgetful.
Yeah. Or dumb, you know? And I asked her to clean her bathroom earlier.
Oh, that's what it was. Yep. That was earlier in the week. Earlier, and I get busy, and so, you know, I forget to check
until
up.
I walk in there and see that it's not clean.
Yeah.
But I recognize the pattern, and I told her, I said, hey, I'm catching on to you. And she's like, what do you mean? I said, are you hoping that I forget that I asked you to clean the bathroom?
Yeah.
And she looked at me. And she didn't lie to me. She said yes.
She's like, you forget stuff all the time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what she said. That's right. That's
what she said. She's like, you forget stuff all the time.
Yep.
But what did you said something to her where you caught her.
Oh, yeah.
What did you ask her? You asked her something.
It was about remembering something.
Yes.
And we were upstairs and, because she's been cleaning her room every morning.
Yeah. Which has been a super struggle for us.
Yes. And I said, good job. I'm like, I can't remember what I asked her, but I'm like, so how are you? I don't remember what I asked her, but she told me because I remembered. I don't know what it was about.
Or she said something like, you remember I did, or something. Like she was telling you something that happened in the past.
Right.
And then you're like, oh, so you do remember.
No, she said it first.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
How did you? And she's like, because I remember to.
And that's when you were like, oh, so you do remember. You do remember things.
And she looked at me and she closed the bathroom door and I heard her.
And she was like, oh, shit, I'm busted.
Oh, no, she didn't say shit.
Well, no, but that's what she was probably thinking.
Yeah, no. So I'm like, okay, little girl. You know, you can play dumb and goofy and silly, but I'm catching on to you.
Yeah.
You know? But she's been doing a lot better. Like usually, you know, if I tell her to do something, like she'll, you know, give me lip.
Yeah.
You know, and I told her, I said, you know, the whole Santa Claus thing, because we were on the table discussing Christmas and I laughed and she's like, why are you laughing? And Joey's at the table too. I don't think you were.
I wasn't there.
And I said, you guys do realize, because our kids now know that Santa Claus is not real. So I said, you guys do realize that we are Santa Claus. And they looked at me like, huh? Yeah, we are Santa Claus. You know the song that says, we see you when you're sleeping. You know, we know when you are awake. Yeah. We know if you've been bad or good. I said, that's us.
Yeah.
And depending on how you were this year will reflect on your Christmas gifts.
Well, we've been talking and I want to do it. So, and by the way.
Do what?
I want to do something for Christmas. Like I want to do something
Like for a family.
Yeah, for
like
a
we
family,
did last year.
Something. Yeah, I want to do something for Christmas.
Okay.
And Thanksgiving's also coming up, so we got to figure something out to do for Thanksgiving too.
Well,
for
maybe
somebody else.
Yeah.
But like I was telling you, I think maybe for this Christmas, what we can do is maybe we can get something for ourselves. We can get ourselves something, get the kids a gift. But then besides that, like buy things for other people that don't have gifts, that don't have that aren't
Oh, you mean
as
outside
fortunate.
of our family? Like just tell the family, hey, instead of buying you guys gifts, we're buying gifts to people who actually
that don't
need.
have, that can't,
yeah,
you know, or they're going through. I mean, especially right now, people are going through a hard time.
Yeah,
you know, this is the year to do something.
Yeah,
for real.
For show.
So we mentioned on one of the last podcast or the one before, we bought these bidets, right? Mm-hmm. And so when I was putting them in, I had to take apart the toilet seat, and because it's like an attachment for the toilet. So you take apart the toilet seat, you put it down, and then you put the toilet seat back on top. And
I didn't even finish what I was gonna say about him.
Oh, what did you want to say?
I was gonna mention his books. Go ahead.
So when I was putting the toilet seat back together, the one in the kids' room, for some reason, like it's real stiff. The lid.
Oh, yes.
And it's been stiff for a while. Like so whenever you lift the lid, the toilet seat will come up with it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you gotta hold the seat down and lift the lid.
Yeah.
So that the seat doesn't come up with the lid. But the other day I went into the kids' bathroom and I look at it and I look at the toilet, or I went to grab something and the lid came up by itself and the seat stayed down. And I don't know if I asked Joey, like, hey, Joey, did you fix it? Or I don't know if he was there and he said something. But either way, bottom line was that Joey had fixed the toilet seat by himself and didn't say anything to anybody. And I was like, what did you do? And he took toothpaste and put it in the joints of the toilet seat.
Yeah.
Kind of as like a lubricant. And
did you ask him what made him do that?
And I guess he moved the lid up and down until now the lid opens by itself. The seat stays down. You can lift the seat up and the whole thing stays up. The whole thing comes like.
What made him do that though?
I don't know.
You didn't ask?
No, he said that it's stuck there. So he put toothpaste in it.
What made him think toothpaste would fix it?
He's probably seen me like put grease on stuff or, you know.
Something in a tube.
Like maybe like door hinges or something. And he probably looked at the toilet seat and he's like, that looks kind of like a hinge. Or I've seen Dad put some stuff in there. And if you look at toothpaste, it looks like grease. Right? Except it smells better. No. What? Anyway, you don't even know what grease looks like. White lithium grease. It looks just like toothpaste.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
I'm sure Joey knows that.
But no, he's seen me do it.
I'm just kidding. Shit.
You're a fucking jerk. Really? But no, that was crazy. I was just like, dude, that was so cool that he just took it upon himself and just put toothpaste in it and fixed it.
That's hilarious. But you've been, since he was little, you guys been changing brakes together and changing oil in the cars.
Yeah, we've changed brakes, changed oil. He helped me change the condenser in my car when it broke. Yeah. And he was really little when he did that one. Yeah. He didn't know what he was doing. He was just, I would tell him, take this bolt off, take this bolt off. But now he's getting to the point where he can start taking stuff apart and putting stuff back together.
Yeah, don't stop doing, that with him because he'll forget.
Actually, for those of you guys out there that have boys or girls, you can get, I don't know how excited your daughters are going to be to get tools for Christmas. But that's something that Joey actually enjoys. Like he likes getting new tools. Yeah. Because he likes to
He likes working with his hands.
Yeah, he likes that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So I saw some tools that maybe I can get him a tool set for Christmas. Yeah. Yeah. So that'd be cool.
Pretty cool. So Miguel was out and about today, and so I had some time to chill, and I was looking for something new to watch. And I normally don't watch like reality, like TV shows, right? Like it's normally like nature, or I like watching old movies, romance movies. And I came across this show, and it's Love at First Sight.
Yeah.
Like Love at First Sight. So when I'm reading, going through the trailer, I mean, these people.
That shit sounds. I walked in on you watching that. Shit sounds insane to me.
Oh, but it's so.
There's no way.
Such a good job, though. Like matching these couples up. So they have
fake
like.
News. Fake news.
They had, I don't know how many couples. I would say about 100 individuals, like females and males, and they were interviewing them to see what they were about. They actually would go into their home to see how they lived, what their beliefs were. I mean, just everything. They talked to, no, they did not talk to their parents, but they went in to learn about their life. And they chose, out of all these individuals, 4 women and 4 men that were going to get married. Now, you know how many people they started with? I think it was like 100. Like they had to go through.
So out of 100 people, they got 8 people.
Yes.
That they were setting up.
Yes.
To get married.
And they had a psychologist involved, right? And another individual that specializes in love, whatever the hell, okay? And these 3 individuals, it was up to them.
That could have been us.
To pick the right opposites attract. Dude, that would be fun. And it was up to these 3 individuals to connect the right couples to get married.
Yeah.
So these individuals were leaving it up to them to pick their mate.
That's insane.
For life. And they didn't get to talk to them, see them. Nada.
They had no idea who they were. They didn't even know their name.
No, nada. Nothing. And so until the day they got married.
Yeah.
The day they got married. Their parents were all supportive. I was very surprised. All supportive. And I have to say, they did a really good job. Like, I am so strong. Like, I want to hurry up and end this podcast because I need to see how it's going to work out after they start living together, because I am rooting for all of these couples because they make they just work well together.
How many seasons is this?
Because
I want to.
I've only watched the first
season
show.
1?
Yeah, I only watched. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to see this show in a couple seasons and look back.
Well,
on their success rate.
Right. No, I'm very, because
hopefully they do well. But
they need to get the 5 love language.
Hopefully it's not like statistics.
We were only together for a year before, and that was fast for me.
That'd be interesting. I just got an idea. I'll talk to you about it later.
All right.
And we'll talk to you guys later about it. Anyway.
But
that's
it was
cool.
Super cool, super interesting.
Sounds crazy.
Right? Could you imagine doing that?
Hell no.
Shoot.
I'm not doing that.
You better not. You can't.
Well, I can't do it. I can't do that. I can't do that. But I wouldn't do that anyway. Fuck that. Man. Leave it up to somebody.
I'm pretty spontaneous.
I gotta fuck that. Babe, you're gonna get married without talking, not even knowing the other person's name? Get the hell no. Hell no.
Hey, did you enjoy dating?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, there's none of that. You just get married.
Yeah.
You down for that? Would you be down for that? If you weren't married now, let's say you were younger, 25, whatever.
Why?
Would you be down with that?
First of all, why would I have to be younger?
I'm just saying, if it was like your first marriage, you weren't married before. I guess you don't have to be younger.
I don't know, because back then I wasn't up for marriage. Like, seriously, I wasn't up for anything. But
you wouldn't have been down at all.
But I was very spontaneous. Like, I loved just to go out and, do whatever. I was very spontaneous. So, and down for whatever. So, I don't know.
Except for marriage.
Yeah.
Down for whatever except for marriage.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd like to see what they asked them before they set them up. I'd like to see what do they find out about these people.
Everything.
Actually,
their beliefs.
Actually, that would be That would be good to know, just for like, these are experts
Yeah.
that are looking at certain categories that are important when you're going to marry somebody. So that'd be kind of interesting to find out, what do they look at?
Yeah. I can tell you, they talk to them about, their profession, their hobbies, what drives them, what motivates them.
Yeah.
Their spirituality too. Like,
Yeah, of course. That's,
but you say that, well, no, I didn't really have a belief when you and I met like this. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, I wasn't a hardcore religious person when we met.
No, you didn't
And
go to church.
you didn't
When we
either.
first met, there was no religion,
Yeah.
really. I mean, we didn't talk about it. We didn't go to church. It was just not a thing.
Yeah. I think it would have been harder for me if we would have met when
once you started getting spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too. Maybe.
Yeah, but
I would have been like, how? Let's talk. Let's talk for a second. And maybe we could have worked it out.
But yeah, and then they go into their home and they see, okay, like one girl was really organized. They, and the other dude was a low, what do they call him? Like he just was sloppy. I'll say that. Right. And
Were they opposites?
They were thinking of putting these two together, but because she was so like, her drawers, everything, they decided to not go with that couple because it could interfere with,
But now that so like when they have these categories, I wonder if they match them up like with similar categories. Like
they do actually.
Where like we have a good relationship. But
you
wouldn't. But if
you said that with the question.
No. What I'm saying is that we have a good relationship. The name of our podcast is Opposites Attract.
Right.
And if they were to get if they got the bulk, like our two fucking things, and they put it, they'd be like, oh hell, these two.
That's so true. At the beginning,
they would have never thought to put us together.
They would have not, because they wouldn't. You're right.
At least I think. I don't know.
No, I doubt it. Because I would have shared with them my mindset at the time when you and I met, and they would have been like, no, he doesn't have any of these check. But you're right. No, because we are good together.
But we're not similar, I guess, right?
No.
I mean, we are in certain things. In important things, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like parenting. We're pretty similar when it comes to parenting, finances.
Yeah. I think those you got to... But if spirituality or religion is something that obviously that's important, you gotta be on the same page.
Yeah.
I think the fact that you're not like super religious, like you're spiritual but you're not religious, is what can make this work. Because if you were very religious, I don't think it would work.
Yeah.
We would have a hard time.
No, I would be throwing holy water on you when you're sleeping.
I'd be hissing at you.
And you'd be burning.
When you fucking you'd be like, here, throw water on me. I'm like.
So yesterday when you were in here working on the podcast, I was in the kitchen talking to your mom for at least like an hour and a half or so. And someone had called me and I text them and I'm like, I'm on the phone with my mother-in-law. They're like, oh, is that going to be over like real soon? I'm like, we've been on the phone for about an hour or so. So yeah, it should be over soon. An hour or so. You've been talking to your mother-in-law for an hour or so. Are you guys arguing?
Yeah.
Like, no.
No, we're having a great conversation.
Find
actually,
that so odd that I get along with my mother-in-law like that. Like I consider her. I call her mom. I don't call her mother-in-law. I call her mom. Yeah. And she's like a friend.
You guys get along great.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
We do. Like we laugh and cry together and sometimes pray together for you.
You good? Should we say another prayer for Miguel?
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's freaking funny. So, oh man. So a couple of days ago we were talking about like growing up and the way we were disciplined.
Yeah.
Right? And how different things are today versus the way they were back in the day. And then like also, you know, we've talked about on this podcast, like disciplining the kids, and it's been forever since I've spanked either one of the kids. And like I've said, when I say spanking them, it's not like I take my belt off and whoop them with the belt.
No.
You know?
He'll just flick them. No.
No. That's a quick, like, get your shit together.
We gotta talk about that.
That's a quick get your shit together that can happen in public. It can happen anywhere. I'm not gonna take off my belt and whoop them in public.
Yeah.
But either way, I haven't done any of that stuff in forever.
Yeah.
In forever. But flicking them was one thing that I used to like. If the kids,
you did only twice. I know that.
I've done it a few times. It's been a long time. I can't remember the last time. But it's one of these things like you guys, I'm sure, have all seen the kid that's losing their fucking mind at the store that they want this, they want that. Yeah. And I don't know. I don't play that shit. So as soon as they start throwing a fit, it's kind of like when, what is it? When you're about to say something inappropriate. Yeah. You know, I just kind of like look to the left, look to the right, make sure nobody's watching. And I fucking load up this middle finger. And I'm just like, wham! And I flicked that kid so hard, right in the middle of his forehead.
My poor baby. Ooh, I was pissed.
And it was like you hear a thump,
and then
and then he was in shock.
He was confused.
It was like for a second, like what the fuck was that? And then all of a sudden, it's like, ah! He just started screaming his freaking head off. And you were looking at me.
I was pissed.
Like I was a fucking asshole.
My baby. Ooh,
you were looking at me like I was a fucking asshole and I'm a piece of shit for doing that. And then the other day we're sitting there talking and we're like, dude, what did they used to do to us when I was a kid? And I was, it came up when we were talking about like Audrey not remembering or whatever. And that kind of shit, you know? And I was telling you that when I was a little kid, I would go to my grandmother's house. And if they called me and I didn't respond and go to them, like if I didn't hear them, even if I didn't hear them, like that's still not acceptable. That's my fault for not hearing them. You know what I mean? So if they had to come and get me, they would grab me by my ear, not by my earlobe, by the top of my ear, and they would like lift me up so that I would be like up on my tippy toes, and then they would drag me to wherever the hell they want. I'm like, oh shit, you know, like I would be up on my tippy toe and just tippy toeing wherever they took me. So they would do that, and then the flick. They had their own version of the flick, which in Spanish is called un cocotazo.
Cocotazo.
It
sounds like un chingazo.
It's probably un chingazo, same thing. Un cocotazo. It was like you make like your middle finger like a little knuckle. Yeah. Like you stick it out. Yeah. And they would just fucking whap, just like right on the top of my head. And I'm like, bam. I'm like, oh shit, that hurt. and that was the equivalent. And cocotazo in Spanish.
Oh my God.
Or cocotazo in English is concussion. That's what that stands for. But that was the equivalent of like my flick.
Oh my God.
You know? So my flick, like I'm sure it hurts some. Yeah. It doesn't hurt like getting a fucking knuckle smashed into your skull.
And I do that to you.
No, and you've never done it like that.
No, but I give you the knuckle.
Oh, you'll give me like a little noogie. No, this is a fucking whap, like with a knuckle right on the top of the head.
No.
And I remember I would be at the store or wherever. Like if I was just acting a fool being a kid, it was like bam, and I'm like, oh. And I'm like, dude, these like I used to get whooped. I used to get whooped with a belt. I would get my ears pulled. I would get a cocotazo and you know, just to be fair for everybody out there, like relax. Like when I look back on it now, I got the whoopings that I deserved. Yeah. You know, like I had them coming. Yeah. So, but at the same time, when we were looking at our kids, and it's like, okay, they get a couple swats on the ass.
No, they haven't.
Well, they haven't recently, but went back before. Like if they got out of line or if we had to tell them over and over and over and over again, then at a certain point, it was like, all right, well, you obviously don't give a shit, so you got to snap at it. And then it'd be a couple swats on the ass, they would cry, and then it was over. Or if we were in public, or if it was like a quick, I need you to snap out of this shit, it would be that flick on the forehead. Mm-hmm. But man, and then we were thinking like, oh man, that's so messed up. Well, you know,
but you know
flicking
what?
them in the head and all that shit.
And then I told him, you know what though? We turned out pretty good. So maybe we should just start smacking them in the mouth.
Yeah.
Dude,
You know
I
what?
remember if I were to talk back or look at her a certain way, no, I'd get, I'd
popped in the mouth.
Yeah, but yeah, our kids, and maybe that's just, what the kids need today. Now they know, well, hey,
So that's
I'll
it.
call the cops on you.
Go old school. And if you need to give them a good beating, there's a place that is it's like a safe haven, which is Walmart. And I guess if you go to Walmart and people just do whatever the fuck they want there, they beat the shit out of their kids, they yell at their kids. You see some special people out there. So
that's crazy though, because if you talk to a lot of, adults, our age that, I'm sure they all got whooped,
Yeah.
and they turned out all right.
Hey, I don't know. Maybe it's not all bad. That's the thing is that when you start getting older, actually as a kid, you think to yourself, I'm never going to do what you guys do to me, to my kids when I get older.
Yeah.
And then when you get older, you're like, maybe I should whoop these kids. But
too, I've also
like
recognized,
maybe my parents had a point.
I also recognize that if you talk to them like little adults, that they listen as well.
Yeah.
But there's times where they just don't want to listen. Like Audrey, she straight up told me, I told her to do something, and I don't remember, it may have been Alana that was here. And Audrey was telling Alana, well, yeah, when our parents ask us to do something, we do it because we want to obey, but we don't have to. Like, she told her that.
Well, yeah.
And so I'm like, you're right. I said, but your dad and I also don't have to buy you things that you want or even that you need.
Yeah.
I'm like,
no,
so
you could not listen.
Depending on what decisions you make, will this, help us to decide if we want to get you
anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
So you're right about that.
Yeah, you gotta deal with the consequences.
Yep.
It's like, oh, you don't want to listen? Well, guess what? I'm not listening either.
Yep.
And then anytime, hey dad, can I go? Hey dad, can I get? No, nothing. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And that's happened before. That's happened where like they don't listen. And it's like, hey, can I? Nope.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I'm excited though. They're doing very well.
They are.
They're doing good in school.
So no flicks in the head for them.
No flicks.
At least I don't see any coming anytime soon. But I got it cocked and ready just in case they get out of line.
You got it cocked and ready, huh?
Yep. So
kids will be kids.
yeah. So anyway, for those of you out there that are listening, if you guys could please leave us a review wherever you listen to our podcast. If you guys leave us a review, that definitely helps. But more than anything, share this podcast with people that with people that could benefit from the podcast, that might find it entertaining, because that's how the podcast grows. So if you guys could go to oppositesattractpodcast.com, you can watch the podcast there. You can listen to it there. If you click on the support the show tab at the top, you'll see our Amazon link. And if you buy anything through Amazon, through that link, it helps out the show. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but we get a couple pennies whenever you guys buy something, which helps out the show. And you'll also see a link to Trust Inc. And Trust Inc. is?
We are let's see, what
mobile
do I want to call
notary
it?
agency.
Well, yeah, but people get confused when I say that because we are signing agents. It's a signing agency, and we all are mobile notaries. But a signing agent, we're certified to help title companies close on home loans. So if you are in the process of refinancing, selling, purchasing a home, you can actually request Trust Inc. to be your mobile notary agency to do the signing for you in your home or at your place of business.
Yep. And if you want to go to Trust Inc. directly, you can go to trustinkusa.com. We're also affiliates with Libsyn, which is who hosts our podcast. And a lot of the biggest podcasts in the world are hosted by Libsyn. They're the ones that distribute the podcast to all the podcast providers. And if you guys have thought about starting a podcast, if you have a hobby that you're into and you want to put it out there so that other people can listen to it too, go to Libsyn, Libsyn, and use promo code OAP for Opposites Attract Podcast. And whatever month you sign up in, you'll get the rest of that month for free. And you'll get the next month for free also for trying it out using promo code OAP.
Yay.
So.
Shit.
What's up?
I was about to say something.
Was it about flicking people in the head?
No, it was about ugly strippers.
What?
I'm just kidding. I was reading
That's
your notes.
That's another one of our conversations that we've had at night. We have a lot of weird conversations. We were talking about
we're funny. At least I think we're funny.
Like how the masks are helping like equal opportunity for strippers, right?
Yeah.
Because now, you know, you got some strippers that, you know, maybe have a great body, but the face is not all the greatest. So now you get to wear a mask. Unless you got a crooked eye, then we can't put on some stuff. No, they'll be crashing into stuff in the club.
Yeah.
But what's up?
We were talking about well, not you and I, but about how education hasn't evolved. Like the kids today are learning what we learned back in the day, and how is it that technology, you know, like we have evolved in many, many ways, except for our broken education system.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
No, it's the education system's a mess.
We should get a teacher on here. Oh, I'm excited. So Dr. Avery, who she does acupuncture and cupping, agreed to come on the podcast. So this month is a bit busy for her. She's looking at either next month.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. That'll be cool.
So
nice. So like we talked about a couple weeks ago, we had my oldest daughter here visiting, and you gave her some dust wipes. She was telling me that you gave her some wipes for dusting. She's like, Sonja's really excited about these wipes. And you've also given those dusting wipes to the neighbor.
Yes.
You were like super excited about these things.
Well, if you dusted, you would understand. Ouch.
It was just funny. Yeah. Well, you know what? There's a lot of things that I do that you don't do. So anyway, but it's funny how you get older and like you're super excited about freaking dust wipes.
Hell yeah. You know why? Because when you get older, you start to recognize how valuable time is.
Yeah.
And having to dust, like say, you know, like every day, which I wouldn't dust every day because it's just a pain in the ass and it's too much time. So I came across these dust pads from Melaleuca, and holy crap. Like I can dust today and not have to dust for another 2 weeks.
You see?
Because it repels the dust.
This is why you guys are here.
And women will get, or even men that dust will get this, because in Arizona, it is dusty as shit here.
Yeah.
And so, no, it has helped tremendously.
Yeah.
Save time, save money. Call Melaleuca.
This is why you guys. This is why you guys listen to the Opposites Attract podcast, so you guys can know what's happening. What's the newest news in the dusting industry? You know, for people that dust houses.
I'm telling you, dude.
Where else are you going to hear about dusting
in this
on a podcast?
You know?
Yeah, no, it works good.
Yeah, I remember before she left, she took her finger across one of the shelves out there, and she's like, 2 weeks.
Yeah, she's giving you. You're like, you don't have to dust for 2 weeks. But what are other things that you get excited about now that we're getting older? That you wouldn't normally be excited.
Oh, remember the dishwasher?
Yeah, we were pretty excited about getting a new
dishwasher. Oh,
the robot, the vacuum
is another thing that saves you time.
I'm excited to get like the pool vacuum thing.
Oh man,
it's pretty much all the things that are gonna make life a little bit easier.
Yeah. Yes.
That's what we get excited about now.
Yeah. Before, back in the day, it's crazy because I think about the young me, and I used to spend, but not get myself in debt because I had the cash. I would go throw down cash for clothes and makeup. Like I had it, and so I would spend
it. Yeah.
Yeah. And today I'm not a big shopper. Like I don't spend a lot of money on clothes and shoes. I love shoes, but I still won't spend a shitload of money on shoes.
Well, you can't get any more shoes and you can't get any more clothes.
And the shoes, why?
Because you have nowhere to put it. Or else you're going to start moving more of my shit out of my own closet so you can put more shit in it.
Dude, don't even go there because I gave you have 1.5.
1.5 my ass?
You
1.5
We're gonna take a picture of your closet.
Dude, you have a walk-in closet. I have a freaking hole in the wall.
No, you don't. You have a whole wall.
Yeah. But then you have your shit on the other half of the closet.
Just some of it. Like my winter clothes.
All your shit's in there.
Bullshit.
And you
don't even have a lot of clothes, so get over it.
And the reason that you don't have more shit in there is because I fight with you to try and keep my shit in there.
You don't even have a lot of shit.
I'm like, no, I want empty space in my closet because I know you're going to fill my shit up and then I'm not going to have space.
But my shoes that I buy, I wear them, right? Like I wear my shoes.
You wear them out.
Yes. So the shoes that I buy, when I buy a pair of shoes, it's because I plan on wearing those bad boys out. And I'm talking about wearing them out till the plastic, the little plastic turns to metal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I cry because those shoes are normally like the ones that are the most comfortable and they're sexy at the same time. And to find sexy and comfortable at the same time is very, very rare.
You know what's something you don't find anymore is people that repair shoes. That is not good luck. Good luck finding a shoe repair place.
But I wear them out so bad that I wouldn't even do that.
But you don't know. Like a shoe repair, like there's people that was their business. Like they would take the whole sole off of your shoe and replace it or redo it.
You know what I'm sad about? Right before this pandemic, I bought me some really sexy ass red shoes that have spikes on them. Have you seen them? They're red and they're beige. They're strappy. Where am I going to wear them?
Yeah. You can't wear them now.
And they're talking about this thing coming back and hitting harder. And I'm just like, ugh, And I was second guessing whether we should get together with the family on Thanksgiving and Christmas. And then one of my friends on social media put this post about not walking in fear, like that we should, go visit our family and see them, but just be careful about it. But so many people today are walking in fear.
No.
And I don't see this thing going away anytime soon.
It's not. It's coming back. But at the same time, the death rate and everything, like it's low. It's low. But like we've said before, if you're in that age range where you got to take care of yourself, you got to take care of yourself. But it is, I'm sure everybody knows it's coming back. Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
I'm hoping that they don't close our district down, our school district, because I hear that there are other school districts that are shutting down, and our kids did not do well with online, especially Audrey. Like, she's a social butterfly. And I was just listening to this podcast and when you think about this is so true. Like, when you think about friendship, okay, they put friendship up there with food and water, like having, they say that people that feel lonely die sooner. And that friendship, like, we were made, to be around, to socialize.
Yeah.
And lately, like, I've been feeling a bit blue, just.
Yeah.
And it's not like I have you to talk to, and, and I have other individuals to talk to. But before this hit, I was out there doing speaking engagements. Do you know how bad I miss that? I was killing it, right?
Yeah,
I was going everywhere, and it was actually starting to pick up, right? Like I was doing a lot of speaking engagements.
Yeah, that sucks.
And like motivational speaking. And I loved that. And I truly just enjoyed, I would go to schools and, if there were women's events, and I was working with group homes for foster girls, and all of that just went to a halt. Yeah. And all the friendships that I built, it's like you're
going to have to rebuild that.
I miss that. No, it's not even so much that. It's just, I gained really good friends.
Yeah.
And we're not having those meetups or those networking events or those social events that we were having. And I'm really missing that.
Yeah.
And I reached out to a couple of them to see how they're doing. And, that's fine, but it's different. Like the whole Zoom events that they have, I am so over that. I just did one with the notary organization. And it's just not the same.
It's like a Zoom conference.
Yeah, and it's not the same.
No.
Even the little breakout sessions that they have, even if they're playing music, for me, it's not the same. I don't get the same
energy.
Fulfillment when I'm sitting next to someone or hugging them or being able just to feel their energy, connecting with them.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to connect with someone on a Zoom presentation.
Yeah. Yeah, it's different.
And I am just, I'm like sick of this. Like I'm over it where I'm like, you know what, let's have a meetup, but it's not going to happen. Not right now.
Yeah, no. And there's apparently there's some stuff happening with vaccines. I don't know too much about that. One thing that I did hear, that I read earlier in the week, I don't know if you guys have heard it out there, but Elon Musk, he may have coronavirus. The thing is that he got tested 4 times, and 2 tests came out positive, 2 tests came out negative. So he's like something weird's happening with this coronavirus stuff. And this isn't like, we've been doing this for almost a year now.
Yeah.
And how is it that the tests are still like this? I mean, so we get tested, or other people out there are getting tested, but how accurate are these tests?
Yeah.
I mean, if he got 4 and he got 2 and 2, positive and negative. So, and he said that he feels like he probably does have it,
Yeah.
But it's just crazy.
Yeah. I don't know.
So who knows? But yeah, like the politics are in full swing, right?
Yeah.
And there was something that I was thinking about, because this last video that I posted, if you guys have seen it, it was from a couple episodes ago, or it was like a video clip of one of our episodes, and I was talking about minimum wage, which has to do with politics and all that kind of stuff. And then I was just kind of thinking about it, and it's like, what good is it to be super knowledgeable? Like, if that's kind of like you have a hobby, right? For some people, their hobby is following politics. Like they want to follow who's doing what and the policies, and like there's people, they know all that shit. Oh, this person is a piece of shit, and this person is great, and this person, I don't know about this person, and they know. It's like they're, I don't know, like watching athletes, or like, oh, that player, and he's a good wide receiver or whatever. It's like that's how they know politicians.
Yeah.
But it's like, what good is all that? At the end of unless you're a politician, what good is all that? Unless you're voting. If you're voting on all the different policies and all that stuff, but that shit is exhausting. Like, at least for me, I would rather be knowledgeable about like video recording, audio recording, like podcasting, producing, work stuff, business, parenting. Like, there's so many other things that I would rather be really knowledgeable about than politics. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Because like we've said, I mean, the politics, when it comes down to it, they're not, I mean, they may impact our life a little bit in one way or another, but the bottom line is the life that we have is going to be the life that we make, not what politicians are doing or not doing for us.
Yep.
So who gives a shit? Whether it's this guy or that guy or the blue tie or the red tie or the fucking horse or the donkey or the fucking elephant.
Yeah.
Like who cares?
Yeah, and if today you're feeling a certain way, you know, whether you're pissed off, upset, or mad at the world or whatever it may be, if you're feeling shitty, stop watching media. Stop watching social media. Disconnect from the news and start feeding yourself something that's going to lift your spirits, because that stuff does take a toll on you. What?
No,
what?
you were. I know. The last time we went to go visit your mom, my mother-in-law, like she was big into the politics. Like she knew. She was like, oh, this person and this and that. Like she knew what was happening.
Yeah, 24/7, man. That's what she watches is the news.
Yeah.
You know, she watches the news, and you and I were in the kitchen yesterday making dinner or something. And I don't know what I was telling you. I don't know if I was talking to you about the coronavirus, but I said
it was something political.
But I said, so, you know, they say, you know, the coronavirus is getting bad again.
Yeah.
And then I thought about it, and I told you, hey, whenever I'm telling you stuff about what's happening in the world or whatever, when I say they, I mean my mom. Because my mom knows that I do not listen to news. Like I'm not following that. It's not what I want to process for the rest of the day or allow in my space, you know, but she puts
it in your space.
Holy smokes. And she's like the first one I talk to almost every morning, you know, like I try to give her a call. And yeah, so last time she was talking about, you know, Biden and, you know, Trump and how he's a blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, Mom, can you tell me something good that's going on in the world? You know?
Yeah.
Like that's where, you know, now that I can talk to you about, but all this other stuff, like I'm not talking politics to anybody.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, and at the end of the day, you know, regardless of what your beliefs are or who you voted for, you know, if you guys are family or friends and you guys are turning against each other because of all this bullshit, have fun when you see each other on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Or Christmas.
There's a lot of people that are going to have some awkward Thanksgivings this year.
Oh my
There's going to be some
goodness.
awkward Thanksgivings this year.
And it doesn't matter. Like our nephew the other day, you know, he texted me yesterday asking me is it okay if I
comment on your video if I disagree?
On the video, yeah, if I disagree.
Or like, do you really want?
Yeah, you know, and I said yes. I'm like, you know, feel free. And I had sent him, yes, that's fine regarding the podcast. It doesn't matter what your beliefs are or our beliefs, because we love each other and respect each other, and I'm sure you feel the same. Like it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna have to send him a message that it does matter, and
what
I'll
he
be
believes,
watching.
or you know, because I love him regardless, that's how I feel about anyone, just everyone and anyone.
Yeah.
And
I've said it. I mean, if you want to cut me off because of politics, well, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, because I wouldn't do that to you.
Yeah.
You know, because at the end of the day, like it's just not that serious for me.
Yeah.
There are some things that are serious, and you know, when it comes to politics or whatever, like the military to me is serious because I have a lot of friends that are still in the military, so that's something that's important to me.
Yeah.
But many people don't have like a real big connection to what these politics are going to do in their life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So who cares?
So feeling gloomy these past days because I'm missing my friends, I'm missing my people. You know, I decide to put something upbeat on. And when I say upbeat, what comes to mind? What comes to mind?
I don't know.
What's something you would think I would listen to lift my spirits?
I don't know. Jason Mraz?
Yes. Have it all.
Yeah,
right?
You can't
Have
play
it all.
You can't play it.
I wasn't going to. Why?
Because you can't. It'll get our videos taken down.
Oh, okay. So anyways, but I'm listening to this while I'm taking a shower, And do you know what I think about when I hear this song?
What is the song? So that people can look it up.
It's Have It All. That's the name
Have
of
It
it.
All.
Have It All.
Jason Mraz?
And he's talking about how he wishes for you to have it all.
How does it go?
I'm not going to sing it right now.
I've sang country on this mother. You can sing. Have It All. Look it up.
Yes.
Jason Mraz.
But I'm listening to it and I'm not thinking of myself while I'm listening to this. Like, I'm thinking of my mom. I'm thinking of my brothers. I'm thinking of my sisters, my dad, like everybody outside. Like, this is my want.
It's like your anthem, or it should be their anthem.
The world, like, serious.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just the song's about just being happy.
And yeah. And I thought to myself, I was drinking, you guys, so no, just a little bit.
She was hammered.
But I wasn't. But I was thinking to myself, you're a good person, Sonja.
Oh, jeez.
Because like 100%, you know how they say God knows your heart? God knows your heart.
Yeah.
You know, and my intentions are good. Like, I want
Were you patting
world.
yourself on the back? Like, you're a good person,
No,
Sonja.
but I just, you know, just recognize, like, I'm selfless. Like, I am. Like, I don't have bad intentions. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm helping you, it's because I want to help you. I'm not
It's
expecting anything in return.
It's not like prison. Like, I help you, and now you owe me.
Yeah, and I had this conversation.
Now I got to hold my pocket.
Right, like, I had this conversation with our kids. Because it's like, if you do something nice for somebody, you do it because you want to do it from your heart. Like, it's coming from your heart. It's not like, okay, Adriana, because, and this is where it came up, because Audrey and Joey Audrey's like, well, I helped you clean your room the other day, so now you should help me clean my room. And I think that's how that conversation came up.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you don't help him because you expect him, you know, to help you. You do it because you really want to do it.
Yeah.
You know? And Joey is nice enough to where he's always helping her.
Yeah.
But she keeps tabs. You know what I'm saying? So I had to have that conversation with her.
Yep.
You know, like, we've helped a few people, and we've told them from the beginning, this is because we love you, and that's it. Like, we don't expect anything in return. We don't expect, because when people are not used to, when they've had previous experiences with someone helping them, but then feeling like, oh shit, we owe them our life now because of what they did for us.
It's like the mob.
And they, you know,
it's like the mob.
But
like,
there are some people like that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? And so that's a conversation I had to have with the kids.
Yeah.
You know, but anyways, no, for real. It's like, I'm like, you know, you're a pretty good person. And I'm like, Sonja, I think you're really buzzing right now. No.
Oh my God.
Because I got emotional about it. But it had nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, because
dude, good thing I wasn't there. Because if I would have been there and I would have been drunk too, I would have gave you hell. I would have I'm a good person. I'd be like, oh really? Oh my God. Could you imagine if I was drunk there with you? Oh, you would have.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
Dude, if you start like patting yourself on the back and like, you know what? I'm a good person. Oh man.
Well, what would you say?
I don't know. I'm just saying. You know, when
you're saying that you would have disagree. That's what you're saying.
No. It's not that I don't disagree. But it's just funny when you say it about yourself.
No, that is weird. What I mean? That's why I was like, okay.
I was like, hey, you can't.
You're feeling yourself.
I'd be like, are you like feeling yourself?
Like my niece, she told me she did my eyebrows one time. And
Sonja was really
and I'm
feeling
looking
herself.
in the mirror and I've never heard that before. And she's like, Nina, you're feeling yourself, huh? And I'm like,
you were like striking a pose in the
feeling
in the mirror.
Myself. I'm like, I'm not even touching myself. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But I never heard that before.
Oh, geez.
And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, I see you looking at your eyebrows. And then I was like, click. That's when you know you're old. Yeah. You don't get these, you know, these young people like their, what do you call it? Like their little
lingo?
sayings. Yeah.
The Urban Dictionary. We got to look it up.
Yeah. Yeah. You're feeling yourself, huh?
That's funny. So thank you guys for being with us.
Is it over?
It is over.
Oh, okay.
So if you guys have the ability to do something for somebody else this Thanksgiving, right? Right now, this year has been a disaster for a lot of people. And if you're in a position to help somebody else out, do it. Do it. Now is the best time because, like I said, there's a lot of people that need help right now. And if you guys know somebody that, not for yourself, but if you know somebody that has gone through some really hard times that could use a hand right now, send us a message. Send us
let us know.
Send us a private message. Get a hold of us however you can. You can do it through our website, through oppositesattractpodcast.com. You can find us on any of our social media at Opposite Pod. Send us a message. We're also on Parler now.
All right, then.
Which I don't know how I feel about. It's another social media platform, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, send us a message and let us know what's going on. And if we can do something to help, we will. If we can't, maybe we can figure out. We have some other friends that maybe can also help us do something. And we're probably we'll do the same thing for Christmas. So yeah, make sure you go to oppositesattractpodcast.com. Share this with the people that you know. It'll definitely help us out. We really appreciate it. You got anything else?
Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.